Good afternoon, baseball fans, and we welcome you to GoValiants.tv's broadcast of Manhattanville College Baseball. Today, the Valiants will welcome in from the LEC Conference, the Eastern Connecticut State Warriors. Good afternoon, folks. Tyson Agler coming to you live from Manhattanville Field, located on the campus of Manhattanville College in lovely Purchase, New York. A beautiful spring day for a 9-inning baseball contest between the Valiants and the Warriors, as both teams setting to get some momentum going into conference play. The Valiants tomorrow heading to Wilkes for a big conference 9-inning matchup, and then they'll host the Colonels of Wilkes University on Saturday for Senior Day for a twin bill matchup. That will also be Alumni Day, where Manhattanville will honor the 2007 Skyline Conference champions. So we're just about to get underway here. As we mentioned, the Valiants taking on the Warriors of Eastern Connecticut State. Manhattanville was scheduled to play Purchase this week, but that game was postponed due to weather. So the Valiants forced now to wait all the way to Thursday to start baseball action, which might have been a blessing in disguise for Manhattanville, as it gave a little bit of rest for the Valiants and should be fresh and ready to go for their big series against Wilkes. And then next week, they'll have their two final non-conference matchups of the season, going to Vassar and then hosting Purchase on Wednesday before a big season series against Misericordia, with a chance for Manhattanville to try to sneak into the MAC Freedom Tournament. And speaking of the MAC Freedoms, let's take a look at the standings. Misericordia on top of the standings, as they are currently 13-2 overall. They've already clinched a spot in the MAC Freedom Tournament. DeSales and Kings both battling for the second place. DeSales with a nice 11-4 record. Kings at 8-7. Manhattanville 7-8, a game ahead of FDU, followed by Eastern at 6-9. Delaware Valley 5-10, and Wilkes at 4-11. Starting things off will be Alexander White in today's contest. First pitch to White, a called strike. White a .273 batting average on the season. His 25th start of the year, 27th appearance. Here's the pitch, as this one will be hit right up the middle for a base hit, and White is a bull. Nice piece of hitting as White drove that one right up the middle. As Eastern Connecticut State will have their first runner aboard here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch, as this one will be swung on. Hit to first. Vine's going to try to double him up, but the throw is not in time, as White will advance to second. Ground out there, so one out gone here. Alex Zachary up to bat with a runner at second base. Now it's in there for a called strike, Alex Zachary, the second best batter when it comes to average, best on the team, has started all 27 games, has 38 hits, 27 runs scored, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs, and 25 RBIs, which does in fact lead the team, so a chance to add to that RBI total. Here's the pitch to Zachary, and that one in the dirt for a called ball. Richie Ventrano getting the start here for Manhattanville. Ventrano, his second start of the season. He's 0-2 with a 4.6 ERA. As this will bring up Alex Parkos now with runners on the corners. Parkos, a .353 batting average. He has 36 hits, a team-leading 11 doubles, 2 triples, and 24 RBIs. As the runner will now try to take second and throw not in time by Silvestri, as Zachary will now put himself in scoring position. So runners at second and third, still only one out. Here's the pitch as this one will be driven deep to left center field. This one's going, and it'll go off the fence. They're going to wave one run in, and it will be a double. His 12th of the season for Parkos, an RBI double, and Eastern Connecticut State finds himself up 1-0 against Manhattanville early in the contest. Parkos drove that one to deep left center field, and it just bounced off the fence. And he goes in with a stand-up double, brings in the first run of the game. And it's 1-0 thanks to the RBI double. Parkos now tied for the team lead in RBIs with 25, along with Alex Zachary, who's currently standing at third base. John Massano now up to bat. Massano, the top batting average on the team, as he'll hit a slow roller third, fielded by Lynch, and they'll get the second out of the inning. As this will bring up now DJ Skaskavon. The 311 batting average for Skavon. As he'll try to send this one through the gap, but fielded nicely by Anrelli, and he'll throw this one over the first for the third and final out of the inning. But not before Eastern Connecticut State can put a run up on the board. So we'll head to the bottom half of the first, with Manhattanville trailing 1-0 to Eastern Connecticut. So let's take a look at the starters here today. For Eastern Connecticut, they'll go with White, Soros, Zachary, Parkos, Masano, Scavone, Herrera, Budzik, Keller, and Parker will be on the mound, while Manhattanville will send Joe Booker, Danny Gallagher, Luke Scoggins, Robbie Lynch, John Delahanty, Peter Ianrilli, Stephen Merrill, Luke Thibault, and Joe Silvestri. And Richie Ventrano will be the pitcher. So as we take a look at the pitcher for the Warriors, number 47, John Parker, his 7th start of the season. He's 1-0, has just above a ERA of 5. In 20 innings pitched, he's given up 22 hits, 13 runs, 12 of those earned, 16 walks, 14 strikeouts, and opponent's batting average is a .293. So Valiants will start out with Joe Booker. Booker making his 19th start of the season. The senior outfielder, in 67 at-bats, has 18 hits, 6 runs scored, 6 doubles, and 19 RBIs, which is actually tied for second on the team. While with Chris Conklin, Robbie Lynch well in the lead for the team lead in RBIs with 28. So Booker will look to get things going here for the Valiants, as Manhattanville down 1-0 to the Warriors. Here's the first pitch from Parker. That one in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 the count on Joe Booker. Here's pitches Booker. Tips that one away for strike number 2. Luke Scoggins reaching base safely on the throwing error. So Valiants with their first runner aboard with the all-time RBI leader in Manhattanville history and defending Conference Player of the Year, Robbie Lynch, at the plate. Lynch, one of the most successful careers in Manhattanville recent history. As we mentioned, eclipsing the all-time RBI mark, and he's one home run away from tying the career home run mark as well. As Lynch will step out of the batter's box. Two down here in the bottom of the second and make it 3 out as Robbie Lynch strikes out swinging to do it for the first. No hits in that inning. One error, though, against the Warriors. So we'll head to the top of the second with Manhattanville trailing Eastern Connecticut by a score of 1-0. Top of the second, Manhattanville trailing the Warriors 1-0. Doubleheader here on GoValiants.tv as the softball team in action. Surprisingly, the Valiants trailing Western Connecticut State by a score of 6-0. So interesting, Eastern Connecticut and Western Connecticut both literally just about a football field away from playing. That one's in there for a called strike. Herrera up to bat, and Herrera's going to send this one towards center field. Scoggins calls off Delahanty, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Budzik up to bat now. Budzik on the year, a .297 batting average. 19 hits, 14 runs scored, 2 doubles, and 10 runs batted in for number 11, Chris Budzik. Here's pitch from Ventrano. Now just able to catch the outside corner for a called strike. Here's pitch as Ventrano looks to go outside again, but that one just off the mark for a called ball. As you mentioned, a big weekend coming up for Manhattanville. Valiants looking to try to stay alive as this one's popped up in the air. And really is under, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. As I was saying, Manhattanville facing off against Wilkes, just a game ahead of Eastern in the Mag Freedom standings for the 4th and final spot in the conference tournament. So if Manhattanville can win that series against Wilkes, and then you're going to go up against the top team in the conference the following weekend against Misericordia, and that will be a tough test for these Valiants. So getting a win here today would be important for the confidence of this baseball team. As this one's off the mark for ball number 2. And Toronto sets and fires. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 currently the count. As Keller up to bat now. As Keller will send this one towards center field, and this one will drop. Keller thought about rounding first, opts to just stay there for the 2-out single. So runner aboard for the Warriors as Keller is able to drive that single to center field. Back to the top of the lineup with White. Singled and came around to score in his first time up. Looking to try to keep this inning alive for the Warriors. As White will send this one towards Joe Booker's way, but foul. Two outs, top of the second. Warriors leading the Valiants 1-0. Here's a pitch from Ventrano outside for a called ball. Ventrano now with the pickoff attempt, but back safely is Keller. White will step back into the batter's box. Ventrano sets and fires. And White will foul this one away for strike number 2. Ventrano looking for his first K of the day. Here's the pitch, that one outside for a called ball. Ventrano, the windup in the pitch. And this one popped up into foul territory. Merrill's under, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So we'll head into the bottom half of the second with Manhattanville looking to try to get the bats going as they trail 1-0 to the Warriors. John Delahanty lead things off here for Manhattanville. The senior right fielder with one of his best seasons here for the Valiants. Delahanty third on the team in batting average at a .356. 32 hits, 13 runs scored, 15 runs batted in, and 6 doubles. Here's the pitch. That one's outside for a called ball. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second as Delahanty looks to try to get the Valiants going. As he'll send this one down the first base line, and that one's going to stay fair. Delahanty rounding first base. He's going to go in for a double, slides in, and he's safe. John Delahanty with the leadoff double here for Manhattanville to start off this second inning of play. Make it 7 doubles now on the year for the right fielder. And Manhattanville with their first chance of a runner in scoring position here today. And this will bring up one of Manhattanville's best freshmen, Peter Ianrilli. Second best batting average on the team, a .361. His 26th start of the season, 30th appearance. 26 hits, 18 runs, 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Here's a pitch from Parker. And Ianrilli will hit this one to the first baseman. He'll field it and step on the bag for out number 1, but Delahanty will move over to third after the ground out. Freshman Stephen Merrill now up for Manhattanville. .297 batting average on the year. 11 hits and 37 at-bats, 4 runs scored, 4 doubles, and 6 RBIs. A chance to collect his 7th RBI with 1 swing of the bat. Sounds outside for a called ball. Merrill fouls this one away, evens count up at 1 apiece. Now an outside for ball number 2. Merrill steps back into the batter's box. Now just able to catch the outside corner for strike number 3. Parker with his 3rd K of the day. And a big out there for the Warriors as they'll put 2 down here in the second. And another freshman up to bat for Manhattanville, Luke T-Bolt. As 9 through 6 batters here today's contest are all freshmen for Manhattanville. Joe Silvestri currently standing on deck. So there's a called strike on T-Bolt. His 13th start of the season, batting .250 on the year. 11 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, and 3 runs batted in. As T-Bolt looks to tie this game up with Delahanty standing at third, and be a big inning if the Warriors can get out of this one. This one's going to be sent towards the shortstop, and he makes a leaping catch for the out as the second baseman snags that one out of the air and definitely saved a run there. As this will take us now to the third inning with Manhattanville still trailing the Warriors by a score of 1-0. Third inning set to get underway here, as Manhattanville currently trailing the Warriors 1-0. Trying to lay a bunt attempt down, but this one will go foul. As Sir Royce saw Robbie Lynch playing back, so he elected to try to lay a bunt down, but just rolled foul. Here's the pitch from Ventrano. That one in there for strike number 2. Quick score update. The softball team currently trailing by a score of 6-0 going into the 5th inning against Western Connecticut State. So a little bit of a surprise there, as the Valiants have been red hot as of late in softball, as they had won 15 of their last 16 contests, a perfect 12-0 in MAC Freedom play, as this shot will be ripped to right field for a base hit. So leadoff batter aboard, as this will bring up Alex Zachary. Zachary singled in his first at bat. Two spring teams already locking up a bid to the conference tournament. The Manhattanville women's lacrosse team qualifying for the postseason for the first time since 2013. While the Manhattanville softball team has already locked up the number 1 overall seed in the conference tournament, as we mentioned, 12-0. They can become the first ever team in MAC Freedom history to go perfect 14-0 if they can sweep their conference game this weekend as a flyout to left field for out number 1. Men's lacrosse will wrap up their season on Saturday when they travel to Canes, and baseball still fighting for a spot in the conference tournament. Pickoff attempt by Ventrano, but Soroy slides back safely. Big swing and a miss there for strike. As this one will be hit into left field, but foul. So Royce starting off this inning with a single to right field. But nothing going since then. As another pickoff attempt, Royce slides back safely. "12 stolen bases on the year for Pat Sorois. As he'll now try to take off, and Manhattanville, oh, they had the beat on that one. As Danny Gallagher was there, and it looked like they could have potentially got that tag down, but the throw just a little bit off the mark by Silvestri. And a successful steal there by Sorois puts him in scoring position. Here's a pitch from Ventrano. That one's a little bit low for a called ball. Here's a pitch as this one will be fouled away. Big swing and a miss there for strike number 3 as Ventrano records his first K of the day. 2 down now here in the inning. Misano up to bat. 0 for 1 today. Fouled out to first base in his first at bat. So watch the first pitch sail by for a called strike. Sorois led off the inning with a single and then advanced on a stolen base. Here's pitches. This one will be fouled away. 0-2 now the count. Here's the pitch from Ventrano. This one will be hit right back up the middle for a base hit. They're going to wave Sorois in from second, and he will score as it's an RBI single. And Eastern Connecticut pushes their lead now up 2-0 thanks to the Misano RBI single. Sorois with his 24th run scored of the year, make that 10 RBIs now for Misano. Two down here in the top of the third inning. Manhattanville now find themselves down 2-0 to the Warriors of Eastern Connecticut. Pickoff attempt, and Misano back safely. Here's pitch as this one will be hit to Merrill. Merrill will pick this one up and he'll touch the bag for out number 3. Warriors add to their lead thanks to the RBI single by Masano. As we'll head into the bottom of the 3rd with Manhattanville trailing now by a score of 2-0. Joe Silvestri will lead things off here for Manhattanville. As Silvestri will ground out to start off the inning. Valiants back to the top of the lineup with Joe Booker. Booker today. First pitch to Booker, a called strike. One and one now the count to the senior right fielder. That one just able to catch the outside corner for strike number 2. Booker down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Booker, I say, did hold up on that one, so we'll go for a ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch as Booker will hit this one. Grounder third baseman fields it, throws it over to first. Great stretch there by the first baseman as they'll record the second out of the inning. As this will bring up Danny Gallagher. Gallagher struck out in his last at bat. Gallagher looking to try to keep this inning alive for Manhattanville, as the first pitch is outside for a called ball. So far only 1 hit for Manhattanville. It was a John Delahanty double. As the grounder fielded by third baseman, he'll throw this one over to first for out number 3. Valiants go down in order 1, 2, 3, and that'll take us to the 4th inning of play, with Manhattanville trailing Eastern Connecticut by a score of 2-0. Valiants trail 2-0. As this one will be hit to Ventrano. Ventrano throws over to first for the opening out of the inning. Here's pitch from Ventrano. That one just a bit low. Keller now up to bat after the ground out by Budzik. Two outs here. Pitches, that one's inside for a called ball. Keller 1 for 1 today. That one's called for ball number 2. Here's pitches this one. Grounded to Ian Riley. He'll field it, throw it over to first for the third out of the inning. So for the first time today, the Warriors will not get a runner on base as they go down in order, and this will take us to the bottom of the fourth with Manhattanville trailing by 2. With the Valiants sending up Luke Scoggins, Robbie Lynch, and Peter and John Delahanty to the plate. Game for the Warriors as they'll send in number 18. Cole Orzalik. His 15th appearance of the year. He's a perfect 3-0 with a .519 batting average. As Scoggins will ground out to the pitcher to start off the bottom of the fourth. Orzalik, as you mentioned, 26 innings pitched. He's given up 31 hits, 17 runs, 15 of those earned, 5 walks, 16 strikeouts. Opponents average a .284 batting average. As the first pitch to Robbie Lynch is a called strike. Lynch struck out in his first at bat. 1-1 now the count. Quick update in the softball game. Manhattanville just tied it up with a 2-run home run by Dolores Demicky. The Valiants put 6 runs up in the bottom of the 5th inning as they rallied from a 6-0 deficit to tie it up. Valiants looking to stay undefeated at home this season. And as we said, looking to stay hot. As Lynch will foul this one away for strike number 2. And another strikeout there by Robbie Lynch as he swings and misses for strike number 3. Orzalik with his first K of the day. This will bring up John Delhanty. Delhanty, a double in his first at bat. So far, the only hit here today for Manhattanville. Scoggins did reach base safely on air. As Delahanty will send this one towards left center field. Center fielder will be under and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Valiants go down in order as we'll head into the 5th inning of play with Manhattanville still trailing 2-0. Off in the 5th inning of play as we're flying through this contest, not even an hour through, already through 4 play. As that one's inside for a called ball. Ventrano still on the mound for Manhattanville. Despite giving up the 2 runs, he has looked strong on the mound for the Valiants. His pitch is out and again inside for another ball. Ventrano sets and fires. In there for a called strike. White steps back into the batter's box. Ventrano from the windup. And White will sit this one down the first base line, but foul. Or excuse me, it's caught by Merrill for the out. Looked like it might have been dipping foul, but Merrill just able to grab that one before it went out of play. So Royce back up. Singled and came around to score in his last at bat. Here's a pitch from Ventrano. And this one popped up to center field. Scoggins is under and he'll make the out. Now 2 down in the inning. As this will bring up Zachary, who's 1 for 2 today. Singled in his first at bat. Here's the pitch as this one will be sent towards right field, and that one's going to drop. Zachary will round first, and he'll be standing at second with a double. As the Warriors keep the inning alive with the 2-out double by Alex Zachary. So once again, a chance for the Warriors to add to their lead, and they've been doing their damage with 2 outs here today. Both their runs coming with 2 down in the inning. They'll look to try to continue that trend with the number 4 batter, Parkos. RBI single in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 today. As this one, chopper to short, fielded by Enrilli, and they'll throw it over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. Manhattanville trying to get the bats going here today, as the Valiants still trail the Warriors by a score of 2-0. Start things off here for Manhattanville. As the Valiants freshman up to bat in the next 4 at bats. As Ianelli will foul this one back. Ianelli, Merrill, T-Bolt, and Silvestri. Next four up as Ianelli will swing and miss for strike number 3, one down. As this will bring up Stephen Merrill. 0 for 1 today as the freshman first baseman. First pitch to Merrill, called ball. And Merrill fans at that one for strike number 1. Here's pitch as Merrill fouls this one away. 2 strikes currently against the freshman first baseman for his first hit of the contest. Coming outside for a ball. And Merrill with a grounder to short. Fielded by the shortstop. He'll throw it over the first for out number 2. 2 down here in the inning. First pitch T-Bolt inside for a called ball as he squared around for a bunt, but pulled back. Now this one will be sent towards left field. The left fielder not having to move an inch on that one as it's hit right to him for out number 3. So for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Valiants go down in order as we'll head to the 6th inning of play as the Valiants trying to rally. They trail 2-0 to Eastern Connecticut State. Top of the 6th, Manhattanville trailing 2-0. Baseball just a half inning behind the softball game as they're in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. Manhattanville just taking the lead as it's now 7-6 advantage for the softball team. As first pitch driven into center field for a base hit. As the leadoff runner will be aboard for the Warriors. as Masano sent that one to center field for the single. Give him 2 hits on the day as Scavone up to bat. Toronto still on the mound for Manhattanville. As this one is slow grounder that looks like might have caught off the foot of Scavone. So he'll step back into the batter's box. Now pickoff attempt, but back safely is Masson. Here's a pitch, and this one popped up and out of play. Toronto still on the mound for Manhattanville, as we mentioned. Just giving up those 2 runs. Another pickoff attempt, but back safely. Eight hits so far on the day for Eastern Connecticut State, 1 error. Manhattanville with only 1 hit, as this one hit towards short, fielded by Ian Riley, but he's unable to come up with it. Would have been a tough play there for the freshman shortstop. And he's unable to collect the ball. We'll see what they score that one, but like I said, that would have been a tough play as Ian Riley was running to his right and would have had to regather himself, try to throw that one over to first. Second. As this one's going to be driven towards deep left field. This one's going off the fence. Campana fields this one. He'll throw it into the cutoff man, and it'll be an RBI double. As Herrera picks up his first hit of the day and make it an RBI double as he's 1 for 3, and Eastern Connecticut State pushes their lead now to 3. And it looks like Richie Ventrano's day has come to an end as he surrendered a hit to the first 3 batters here in the 6th inning. As Manhattanville bring in number 32, Billy Tampone. So while Tampone warms up, let's get to meet the junior Tampone. This will be his 9th appearance of the season. An ERA in the mid-3s. In 10 innings pitched, he's given up 13 hits, 7 runs, 4 of those earned, 7 walks, 12 strikeouts, and opponents average a .302 batting average. Tampone with 1 save this season. So Tampone taking the warm-up pitches. Quick update in the softball score. Manhattanville's exploded. They now lead 12-6. In the bottom of the 5th inning, they were down 6-0, but they've scored 12 runs in the last 2 innings of play to put the game well in their favor. So the Valiants got off to a bit of a slow start as they were down 5-0. And after the first inning of play, but now Manhattanville has done a great job of calm themselves down and getting the bats going as they put 6 runs up in the last 2 innings. We'll see if the baseball team can do that as well, as they currently trail by a score of 3-0. Only 1 hit so far today. That was by John Delahanty. Runners at second and third. Tampone in a tough position here, trying to get out of this inning with just 1 run of damage, as he'll get the first pitch in there for a called strike. Tampone once again going outside, able to catch the corner for strike number 2. Pitch from Tampone outside for a called ball. Runners at second and third, no outs, as this one fouled away. As Budzik stays alive in the at-bat. Budzik 0 for 2 today. Looking for his first hit. And this one sent to first base, and Stephen Merrill able to make the catch for out number 1. Merrill in the right position as he was standing near that first base foul line, and he was able to make the catch. 1 down. Tampone gets the signal. As now the batter steps out of the batter's box and he'll step back in. Keller 1 for 2 today. As Keller will pop this one up towards right field. Joe Booker's under it. He'll make the catch. They're going to try to tag up. Throw off, pickoff attempt cut off by Stephen Merrill, and another run will come across as Keller now records his first RBI of the day on a sac fly to right field. And it's now 4-0 lead for Eastern Connecticut. Runner from second moves to third. First pitch in there for a called strike. Back to the top of the lineup with White, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Singleton came around scoring his first at bat. As Tampone catches the outside corner for strike number 2. Here's pitch by Tampone. This one driven towards left field. Campana will watch this one go over the fence for a home run. As that one was well over the fence, and he'll round the bases. As White gets the home run, and he'll push the lead now up to 6. For White, that's going to be his 4th dinger of the season and give him 19 runs batted in, as the Valiants now find themselves in a 6-0 hole thanks to the Alex White 2-run home run. As Valiants unable to field that one, and so Royce will come around and reach on a single. Bunt attempt that Tampone really wasn't expecting, so still 2 down here in the inning. It's now trailing 6-0 as the Warriors put 3 runs up here in the top of the 6th inning. As this will bring up Zachary, who's been one of the best hitters today. 2 for 3 as he fouls this one away. Here's pitch from Tampone, called for strike number 3. Tampone with a beautiful pitch, and he'll get the K, his first of the contest, but not before the Warriors add to their lead. An RBI double, and White with a 2-run home run push their lead up to now 6. As we'll go into the bottom of the 6th with Manhattanville trailing to the Warriors. The Silvestri lead things off here for Manhattanville. Here in the bottom of the 6th. As Silvestri will drive this one towards right field, and that one will drop. The right fielder misplaying that one, and Silvestri, though, will stay at first base with the single. The second hit of the contest by Manhattanville, as both hits have come to center field. First one was Delahanty's double to right field, and Silvestri, now with a single to right, it now looks like we're going to get a pinch runner coming into the contest for Silvestri, as the Valiants feel like they probably need to get a run up here on the board. Back to the top of the lineup. as this won't be fouled back by Booker. Booker 0 for 2 today. Struck out in his last at bat. Runner at first base. No outs. Here's the pitch as Booker will pop this one up in foul territory. The first baseman's under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. This will bring up Danny Gallagher. As Gallagher fouls the first one away. Smith currently standing at first base after Silvestri singled to right field, and Smith coming in to pinch run. Here's the pitch. Is this one a grounder to short? The shortstop, though, bobbled it, but they are able to get to second for out number 2. As that one bounced off the glove of the shortstop, hit him in the chest, but he was able to stick with it and throw it over to second for the second out of the inning. As this will bring up Luke Scoggins. Scoggins 0 for 1 today. Reached base in his first attempt on an error. Runner at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Valiants trail by a score of 6-0 as Scoggins will send this one towards right field, and that one will drop. Luke Scoggins with his first hit of the day, make it a single to right, and once again the Valiants, all 3 hits coming to right field. As they'll look to keep this inning alive, and they'll send up one of their most prolific hitters in Manhattanville history, in Robbie Lynch. Lynch 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. As we mentioned, the all-time career RBI leader in Manhattanville history, and only 1 home run away from tying the career record here at Manhattanville. As that one's just able to catch the outside corner for a called strike. And Lynch will foul this one down third base line. Now 2 strikes against the senior third baseman. A little bit of a wind blowing in towards left field. So here's the pitch, and Lynch will send this one towards left center field, and that one will drop. They're going to wave Danny Gallagher home, and they're going to try to send as well Luke Scoggins. Play at the plate. Scoggins is safe. And Robbie Lynch will advance to third on that throw. So it'll go down as a 2 RBI double for Robbie Lynch, advancing to third on the throw. And a huge play there by the senior Robbie Lynch, as he absolutely got a hold of that one. And he gets Manhattanville on the scoreboard for the first time here today. And he continues to add to that RBI record. There's a huge hit there by Lynch, coming up big once again. As this will bring up John Delahanty. Delahanty 1 for 2 today, a double in his first at bat. The Valiants now 3 hits here in this inning alone. Before this inning, they only had 1 hit, and that was by Delahanty. But the Valiant bats have finally woken up here in the 6th inning. Hopefully, it's not too little, too late. As Joe Silvestri got things going for Manhattanville, as Delahanty will drive this one towards right center field, left center field. This one will drop. Delahanty's going to have his second double of the day and his first RBI, as Manhattanville has now cut the deficit back down to 3. Some nice 2-out hitting by the Valiants keep this inning alive, as Robbie Lynch started off with a 2 RBI double, and now Delahanty an RBI double to center field. And the Valiants are once again back down by 3, so a very manageable contest here for Manhattanville. And a quick mound visit by the Eastern Connecticut State coach, so the Valiants looking to try to keep things going here on the offensive end. Final in the softball game, Manhattanville with a 13-7 victory. They were down 6-0 going in to the bottom of the 6th inning, but they were able to put 13 runs up in the final 2 innings of play. Valiants will send Peter Ianrilli to the plate. Ianrilli looking for his first hit of the contest. Action going on in the Warrior bullpen, as there's a called ball. Ball 2 now called. And now ball 4, as Ianrilli will trot on down to first base after the walk. So Reynolds will be at first and second. Tie and run at the plate with Stephen Merrill. Giants looking to continue the offensive onslaught here in this inning, as they put 3 runs up. As this will bring up Stephen Merrill. Here's pitches, that one's in there for a called strike. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Pitch number 3 of the at-bat coming for the freshman first baseman. And Merrill hit this one to the second baseman. No fielded, throw it over to first for out number 3, but not before Manhattanville gets on the scoreboard thanks to Robbie Lynch and John Delahanty. RBIs by the 2 seniors, and we'll head in to the 7th inning of play with Manhattanville trailing now by a score of 6-3. 3 runs by each team here in the 6th inning of play, as the Valiants have got themselves back into this contest when momentum seemed like it was on the side of Eastern Connecticut. The Valiants were able to get some nice timely 2 hits by Robbie Lynch and John Delahanty, a 2 RBI double by Lynch and then an RBI double by Delahanty. Now the Valiants in prime position to try to make the comeback. Tempone still on the mound as that pitch is outside for a called ball. Matt Coleman behind the plate now for Manhattanville. Here's the pitch from Tempone, and this one will be fouled back. Parkos at the plate. He's 1 for 3. An RBI double on the day for Parkos, as he'll send this one towards right field in foul territory, but out of play. Valiants with action in the bullpen just in case Tempone gets into any trouble. Top of the 7th, 6-3 the score in favor of Eastern Connecticut. Here's pitch by Tempone. That one's outside for ball number 4. As this brings up John Massano, who's had a fantastic day at the plate. 2 for 3, a run scored and an RBI for Massano. First pitch to Massano, able to catch the outside corner for strike number 1. Tempone eyeing the runner at first. He'll turn his attention to Massano, who will foul this one back for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Massano, as Tempone looks for his 2nd K of the day. Here's the pitch, and that one outside. Good job by Coleman to field that one and keep it from getting past him. As this one once again fouled away, as Massano staying alive in the at-bat. Still has 2 strikes against him. Here's pitches. This one will be hit past a diving Robbie Lynch, and this one will roll into left field for a base hit. The runner going to try to advance to 3rd, and he will. And Massano into 2nd, but he's out. The runner from first does advance all the way to 3rd. Massano does get credit for a single, but he's thrown out trying to take 2nd. So 1 down here in the inning. Good job by the Valiants staying on their feet, as they're unable to get the runner going to 3rd, but I believe that was Peter Ianrilli that was able to throw the runner out trying to take 2nd. As this will now bring up Scavone, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored here today. as this one will be fouled away. Two down here in the inning. After the ground out to second. First pitch to Herrera outside for a called ball. Herrera, an RBI double in his last at bat. As Tempone looks to get out of this inning after surrendering the walk to start off the inning. Trying to get out unscathed. As there's a called strike to Herrera. Now one able to catch the outside corner for strike number 2. Big pitch coming up here for Billy Tempone. He'll fire this one in there outside for a called ball. Good job by Coleman to gather that one and not let it get to the backstop. He's on once again outside for ball number 4. And that'll put runners on the corners for the Warriors. As it looks like Manhattanville is going to stick with Tempone, looking to get out of this inning after surrendering his second walk of the inning. As this will bring up Budzik, who's 0 for 3 today. Budzik hits this one, a short diving catch by Peter Ianrilli for out number 3. Ianrilli saving a run there for Manhattanville as he's able to come up with the web gem at short. And a nice defensive play by the Valiants, and we'll head into the bottom of the 7th with Manhattanville trailing 6-3. Campana start things off here for the Valiants. Here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch, a called strike to Campana. New pitcher into the game for the Warriors. That's number 40, Luis Vega, into the game. His 6th appearance of the season. We'll go through stats after this pitch. As Campana fouls this one away. 6.75 ERA and 6 2/3 innings work. He's given up 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Opponents average a 3.45 batting average against Vega. As that one just able to get by Campana as he watches it for his called strike. Strike number 3, Vega with the K. As this will bring up the catcher, Matt Coleman. Coleman with his first at bat of the contest. Coleman only his 8th appearance of the year. Hitless so far. He's 0 for 12 this year. Has scored a run. Was walked once and hit by 1 pitch. So Coleman looking for his first hit of the season, as he'll hit this one towards shallow right field. The right fielder calling everyone off, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So Coleman will remain hitless so far this season, as we're 2 down in the inning. Valiants will go back to the top of the lineup with number 21, Joe Booker. Booker on the day, 0 for 3. As he'll try to look for his first hit of the contest. First pitch, or second pitch, excuse me, and there for a called strike. Pitch from Vega. Inside for a called ball. And that one on the outside corner, and some of the players going in and some of them staying out. They will say that Booker did hold up. That was a close play, but the ump's saying they did not go around. So another chance here for Joe Booker to try to record his first hit. And he'll go for ball number 4, so Booker will jog on down to first base, and this will bring up Danny Gallagher. Gallagher grounded into a fielder's choice in his last at bat, but did come around to score on the Robbie Lynch RBI double. Gallagher looking to keep the inning alive for Manhattanville. Pickoff attempt, Booker slides back safely. Called strike on Gallagher, 0-1. Now the count to the junior second baseman. As we mentioned all season, Gallagher finally finding a spot in the Manhattanville field. He moved all around last year, but it looks like he's found his own at second. as that pitch is outside for a called ball. As Gallagher will foul this one out of play. As Booker, he'll move up to second base on that successful steal attempt. Booker with an excellent jump there on first as he's able to take second easily. And he'll move himself in the scoring position. Vega looking to get out of this inning unscathed. Here's the pitch. Gallagher will send this one, and that'll get past the shortstop for a hit. They're going to send Booker home, and he will score. And Danny Gallagher picking up the RBI as Manhattanville continues to cut into the deficit. They've now scored 4 unanswered runs and turned a 6-run deficit now into 2. As we'll look to see if they give Gallagher a hit, and they will give him a hit, so an RBI single for Danny Gallagher. So great play by Joe Booker as he was able to steal second base, put himself in scoring position, and third base coach Chris Guerin not hesitating as he sent Booker home. And the Valiants now trail just by a score of 6-4. And the Eastern skipper back out to the mound. It may be the end of the day for Vega. Luke Scoggins up to bat. Scoggins looking to keep Manhattanville going here in this inning. Vega still on the mound. First pitch in there for a called strike. Scoggins 1 for 3 today, singled and came around to score in his last at bat. Scoggins represents the tying run at the plate. Pitch Scoggins inside for a called ball. 1-1 the count to Scoggins. Gallagher standing at first after the RBI single. 6-4 now the score. As now Gallagher is going to take off to second, and he's going to make it. But Scoggins strikes out, though, to end the inning. As it might have been a potential hit and run there for Manhattanville. And Scoggins called out on the strike, so that'll take us to the top of the 8th inning. Valiants get another run back. They now trail 6-4 with 6 outs left to go to try to rally. John Machete now on the mound for Manhattanville as they trail by 2 here in the top of the 8th inning. Finaro into the game, pitch hitting for Keller. As we take a look at the stats for Finaro. Currently 1 for 6 this year, 1 run scored. For Finaro, this is only his 13th appearance this season. He comes into Keller. Keller going 1 for 3 with an RBI. As Finaro fans at that one for strike number 3. Great pitch there by John Machete. As he gets Finaro to whiff on that one for the first out of the inning. Valiants look to be picking it up here. They trailed 6-0. You thought momentum was all on Eastern Connecticut State side, but since then, the Valiants have done an excellent job of rallying in this contest. Here's the pitch, and this one fouled back. White up to bat. 2 for 4 today, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs for the leadoff batter. Production you'll take every day of the week from your leadoff batter, as that one's low and away for a called ball. Game number 2 of the softball game, softball doubleheader just getting underway. As Machete picks up his 2nd strikeout of the inning. As we're now 2 down here in the 8th, and you gotta feel Eastern Connecticut's definitely gotta be feeling the pressures. Manhattanville is gonna be sending their top power hitter up to bat to start off the 8th inning. The first one's in there for a called strike. So Royce 2 for 4 today with a run scored, and that's really been the difference here today, folks. The top of the lineup, the number 1, 2, and 3 batters all picking up 2 hits. Parkos is 1 for 3. Masano an impressive 3 for 4 here today. So the top of the lineup getting it done for the Warriors. As this one's fielded by Enrilli. He'll field it, throw it over to first, and they'll get him out. As the Valiants put the Warriors down in order. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th with Manhattanville trailing by just 2 runs. Robbie Lynch to lead things off here for Manhattanville. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Valiants down by 2. 6 outs to try to rally. Lynch 1 for 3 today, 2 strikeouts in his first at bat. But he responded with a 2 RBI double to get Manhattanville on the scoreboard in his last time up. First, Lynch once again fouling one away, so he's quickly down an 0-2 count. Action again in the Eastern Connecticut State bullpen. Here's a pitch from Vega. Called ball there to Lynch. Here's the pitch, and Lynch fouls this one down the left field line and out of play. Currently down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter here in the 8th inning. Could give Manhattanville some much needed support if he can get on base to start off the inning, as Allen's low in the dirt for a called ball. Here's the pitch, and Lynch will pop this one up in the air in foul territory. Catcher trying to get under it, and looks like he might have made the catch there in foul territory, as he went to the ground to make the play, and he will, so 1 out. Great job by the catcher, as that ball almost got away from him, but he was able to dive and make the catch for the first out. As Manhattanville now send up their best hitter of the game, John Delahanty. 2 for 3 today, 2 doubles and an RBI for the senior John Delahanty, the designated hitter here today, and that's exactly what you want to see out of your DH. Again, a few big hits here for you. And there's a called strike to Delahanty, evens count up at 1 apiece. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Valiants trailing by 2, looking to rally. And there's strike number 2 called against Delahanty. Heading into the bottom of the 6th, Manhattanville is down 6-0. They've scored 4 unanswered runs since then. Sounds inside for a called ball. Vega with the pitch. That's going to be a called ball to Delahanty. Vega sets and fires. And Delahanty fans at that one for strike number 3. Vega gets the K. And now 2 gone in the inning. As pinch hitter coming into the game, as it will be the shortstop, freshman number 6, Matt Lynch. Shine Riley's day comes to an end. He goes 0 for 2 at the plate. As the Valiants will now send Matt Lynch, making his 70th at bat of the season, a .246 average, 17 hits, 9 runs scored, a double, a triple, 11 runs batted in. He had the game-winning RBI. And the Valiants come from behind victory against Delaware Valley. As Lynch will look to keep this inning going. Valiants down to just 4 outs to try to get 2 runs here in the top of the 8th inning. Or bottom of the 8th, excuse me. And there's a called strike to the freshman shortstop. Here's the windup in the pitch. Litch will hit this one to the second baseman. Outfield it, throw it over to first for the out. Valiants go down in order, 1, 2, 3, and that will take us to the ninth inning of play with Eastern Connecticut leading Manhattanville 6-4. Top of the ninth, Manhattanville trails by 2. As Zachary will start things off here, and he'll single up the middle for a base hit. As Zachary, with his third hit of the contest, make him 3 for 5 here today. As again, folks, the key to the game here for Eastern Connecticut, taking a look at their top 5 batters. White, 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Saras, 2 for 5 with the run scored. Zachary make him now 3 for 5. Parkos 1 for 3 with an RBI. And Masano 3 for 4, a run scored and an RBI. While the Valiants, their top 5 batters have done a pretty good job as well. Gallagher, Scoggins, and Lynch all with 1 hit. A run scored by Booker, Gallagher, Scoggins, and Lynch. Delahanty so far the best of them at 2 for 4 with. So pretty good stats for your lineup with everyone getting your hits, but just the top of Eastern Connecticut's has been better than the top of Manhattanville's. Zachary able to steal second on that one, as this will bring up Parkos, who, as we mentioned, on the game, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Parkos with a chance to pick up his second RBI, so foul this one away. Zachary staying at second base. He singled up the middle and then stole second. As Machete still on the mound for Manhattanville, looking to try to get out of this inning unscathed and give the Valiant bats a chance. As there's strike number 3 called, as Machete's able to dial up the curveball on that one and get it to sneak in for his 3rd K of the day. Machete coming into the contest had 8 strikeouts on the season. He's nearly halfway there to matching that with 3. And his first 5 batters he's faced. First pitch called ball. Asano, the best hitter here today, 3 for 4, a run scored and an RBI. As he'll look to try to pick up his second RBI of the contest, with Zachary currently standing at second, 1 out. Machete looking to try to keep it, just a 2-run deficit for Manhattanville going into the bottom of the 9th. Valiants will have the bottom of their order to the plate. As that one's in there for a called strike. And that'll go for ball number 4. So 1 out walk by Machete, which could end up kind of helping you, because that does bring the force out back in for you if you're Manhattanville. As this brings up Scavone, 1 for 4 today with a run scored. As Scavone will drive this one towards right center field. Scoggins and Booker both running towards that one. Booker will snag this one. The runner will advance from second to third. So they'll put runners on the corners, but 2 outs here in the inning. As this will bring up Herrera. Herrera 1 for 3 today. A run scored and an RBI. An RBI hit in his last at bat. So have a chance to try to push this lead. Here's the pitch from Machete. Called ball. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning. Pitch from Machete. This one popped up. And Booker will be under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. That'll take us to the bottom of the 9th. Does Manhattanville have some more magic in their bat as they look to rally to defeat Eastern Connecticut? They trail by 2 going into the 9th inning of play. Bottom of the ninth inning, Manhattanville trailing by 2. Valiants scheduled to send up Merrill, Corrigan, and Coleman. May see some pinch hitters, I would assume, coming in for some of those batters you would expect, but we'll see what head coach Jeff Caulfield and company would like to do here, trailing by 2. New pitcher into the game. As Sam Kostrich will come into the game, his 13th appearance of the season. Kostrich already with 1 save this year, could make it 2 if he's able to preserve the victory. He's 3-1 this year, his 14th appearance as we mentioned. 7.71 ERA in 14 innings worked. He's given up 14 hits, 14 runs, 12 of those earned, 7 walks, 14 strikeouts. Opponents average a .264 batting average. So Valiants will start out with Stephen Merrill to try to keep Manhattanville alive and try to start the rally. And they always say whenever you're trying to rally in the bottom of the ninth, a big key is your leadoff batter. Trying to get him aboard any way you can. And Merrill on the day 0 for 3. Here's the pitch as that one bounced off the catcher and towards the back of the backstop. As Merrill will be walked to start off the inning. So as I mentioned, the important play is trying to get your leadoff batter on board, and that's exactly what Manhattanville will do, as Merrill will go to first. Looked like they might have been signaling for a pinch runner, but they'll keep Merrill in the game. As now the Valiants will bring up Chris Conklin. The senior utility player Conklin, with his 32nd appearance on the season, .297 batting average. This will be his 102nd at bat. He has 30 hits, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 21 runs scored, and 19 RBIs. Conklin and Booker currently tied for second on the team coming into the contest with 19 runs batted in. Lynch now 30 RBIs this year. Runner at first base, no outs, bottom of the ninth. Valiants down by 2 as Conklin swings and misses. And actually no catches a piece of that one for a called strike. Tying run at the plate for Manhattanville. The wind blowing into left field. So if you can get out under one, you might be able to send it out of the ballpark. We saw White send one to deep left field, and it was well over the fence for so far the only home run of the game. Kostrich on the mound. He'll send fire. Outside for a called ball. Here's pitches. Conklin will pop this one up and out of play. 2 strikes now against the senior Chris Conklin. Here's the pitch. Outside for a called ball. Good job there by the catcher, not letting that one get to the backstop and keeping Merrill at first. Here's the pitch as Conklin will drive this one to the second baseman. Second baseman able to make a heck of a play on that sharply hit ball, and he gets Merrill out at first. One down. As now the Valiants will bring up Nick Simmons. He'll pinch hit for Coleman. Simmons 2 for 14 this season. Does have 3 runs batted in. And has also scored 3 runs. So Conklin currently standing at first base after he grounded into the fielder's choice. One down here in the bottom of the ninth. Manhattanville trailing by 2, tying run at the plate for Manhattanville. Both teams trying to pick up some momentum and into the tail end of conference play. Here's a pitch from Kostrich. And Simmons will send this one down the right field line, but foul. Simmons steps back into the batter's box. Kostrich with the pitch. And Simmons swings and misses at that one for strike number 3. Valiants down to their final at bat. So Manhattanville did what you're supposed to do. They got the leadoff batter aboard, but they haven't been able to do anything as Conklin grounded into a fielder's choice and Merrill was thrown out at second. And now Simmons with a strikeout, as this will bring up Joe Booker. Although Booker is hitless here today, Booker, a fan of these tight situations. We've seen him come up with big hits time and time again. Remember last year against Misericordia in that crazy rally in the bottom of the 7th where Manhattanville came back from 5 runs down to win that game. Joe Booker got the game-winning RBI. Booker this past season with Manhattanville trailing by 3. He had a bases clearing 3 RBI double against Delaware Valley and then came around to score to win that game against the Aggies. So we'll see if Booker can do it again. Valiants down to their final out. Runner at first, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th, Manhattanville down 6-4. Here's the pitch as Booker will hit this one. Grounder fielded by the shortstop, but he's going to kick that one and Booker will be safe. The second error of the contest to the shortstop, and that's a big one, as this will bring up Danny Gallagher. And the winning run currently at the plate and the tying run at first. Gallagher 1 for 4 today. An RBI single in his last at bat. As Gallagher will send this one towards center field. The center fielder is under and he will make the catch for out number 3. And that will do it. The Valiants try to come back, but they fall in this contest by a score of 6-4. Just not enough for Manhattanville as they're down 6-0. Heading into the bottom of the sixth, Manhattanville tried to rally, but just were down by too much. And it was just enough for the as Manhattanville falls 6-4 to the Warriors. Taking a look at the final stats here in today's contest. Warriors score 6 runs on 14 hits. They do commit 2 errors. They leave 10 on base, while Manhattanville, 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They left 7 on base. The big story of the game, the top of the lineup for the Warriors, as White goes 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, including a 2-run home run. Soros goes 2 for 5 with a run scored. Zachary 3 for 5. Parkos went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Masano with a great game. He goes 3 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Scanone goes 1 for 5 with a run scored. Herrera goes 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI and a double. Budzik goes 0 for 4. Keller 1 for 3, and Finaro goes 0 for 1. And for Manhattanville, the Valiants, who dropped to 14-18 overall. Joe Booker ends up going 0 for 4. He did score a run. Danny Gallagher 1 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Luke Scoggins 1 for 4 with a run scored. Robbie Lynch 1 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs and a double. John Delahanty 2 for 4, 2 doubles and an RBI. Peter Ianrilli 0 for 1. Matt Lynch 0 for 1. Stephen Merrill 0 for 3. Luke T-Bolt 0 for 2. Campana 0 for through Connecticut State. So that'll do it from Manhattanville Field as the Valiants fall to the Warriors by a score of 6-4. Eastern Connecticut improves to 15-12 overall. And Manhattanville will look to get back on track on Friday when they travel to Wilkes for a big Mac Freedom matchup. And they'll then host Senior Day, a doubleheader against Wilkes, as the Valiants will honor their seniors along with the alumni here at Manhattanville College, as it will be Alumni Day, and they will honor the 2007 Skyline Conference champions. For GoValiants.tv, this is Tyson Nagler sign out, thanking Casey Shermick on the stats and Alexis Gersbeck on the camera work here today. We thank you for joining us for today's broadcast of Manhattanville College Baseball. Make sure to check out the recap and the stats at GoValiants.com. For GoValiants.tv, this is Tyson Nagler signing out as Manhattanville falls to Eastern Connecticut by a score of 6-4. Thanks for joining us, folks, and have a great night.